All these street lights glowing happy. Hate that you're gone. I hate all my flaws. Hate that.
Assalamualaikum.
Hi.
We are from TAC 110 4G. Today, we would like to talk about traditional production versus flexible production. So,
Pay
your
Attention.
to begin with, we should know the definition for each production. The traditional production, it refers to production concept centered on producing a specific quantity of items each period while keeping a reserve in case of unforeseen demand or shortage. Lacoma 2070. While a flexible production is a manufacturing process that is intended to quickly adjust to the changes in the type and amount of the product being made, whether foreseen or unexpected. Hayes 2021. That are definitions for traditional production and also flexible production. For the next explanation, I need to call UZMA. UZMA.
Yes. Hello. I will tell you the characteristics, objective, and the implementation of traditional and flexible production. We all know that traditional production involves less technology. One of its characteristics is specific product. This can be seen when a specific order basically involves detailed work and most of it need to be settled by handmade or any traditional method. Next is low in production chain, which the cycle of the inventory usually be in small quantities. Then low cost. Traditional production does not require too much cost since most of the process are from the manpower. And the last one is less variety of product. This is because traditional production consists of three characteristics as I mentioned just now, so it is unable to produce variety of product. We move to the flexible production. The characteristic of the production consists of highly competitive, which the product usually in common. Next is the production involve machines or robotics. This is because the product which in common need to be made in large quantities. This production also flexible, which it can use different method such as both of traditional and machine. Lastly, the production also can start up new industries. New product might be unknown to the consumers, but the uniqueness might increase the demand. Next is the objective. The objective of traditional production is to assign expenses to the portions of the manufacturing process that provide relevant value. Costs are normally classified by department or stage in the circumstances with a single cost allocated to all resources, labor, and so on, while the flexible can easily adjust to variations in the type and quantity of the product being created. Machines and computerized systems can be programmed to produce a wide range of parts and to handle varying volumes of production. For the implementation, the traditional production consists of three processes. A company will use one of the following production processing depending on the sorts of product being created. The first one is continuous processing that produces a homogeneous product by repeating a sequences of regular procedures indefinitely. Second one is make-to-order processing that entails the creation of discrete goods based on customer specifications. Batch processing that generates distinct groupings of product or batches is the third one. Each item in the batch is comparable and necessitates. Right now, I will pass to UMMI to explain about advantages and disadvantages of traditional and flexible production. UMMI.
You must be wondering what traditional production advantages are. First one, dominate mass production financially. Low-cost, high-volume production has been the primary focus of traditional production industry. Normally, traditional production requires a lower cost in producing the mass production compared to the other production. The investment made for the traditional production is also considerably economical than other types of production, as it requires low expenses in the contributing costs and setup arrangements. It was concluded that current cost models for high production volumes are better suited for the traditional methods. Second, better quality, precision and reliability. Traditional production often has better quality, precision and reliability than other production as it focuses on the specific products. Thus, they will bring out the best quality of the product which will satisfy the consumer's needs, as it produces high precision with low complexity products. Traditional production disadvantages are occur difficulty in producing highly complex products. Complex products require a complex production that would be difficult or even impossible to produce using the traditional production method. It is out of the ability of traditional production to produce those products, as some of the productions require highly complex counterparts where a special machine is needed to make the products. Next, produce less variety products. Their production is focusing on specific products, which limits the ability of the production to produce a variety of products. In order to meet the consumer needs and wants, a variety of products will be a huge help in the production industries, as everyone has their own perspective on choosing the best products for themselves. So, it will be a disadvantage for the traditional production as they produce less variety products compared to other productions. Last but not least, longer lead time. Lead time is a very important instrument in the production industry as it requires the amount of time from the start until it meets the end process in producing the products. Producing products using traditional production requires a longer time than other productions, and longer lead times negatively affects sales and production process. So, here we go, flexible production advantages. The first one, increased labor productivity. Flexible production can produce more quantity of products with the same numbers of workers that other production use. Hence, this will reduce the labor costs due to reductions in number of workers. Next, it has high production rate. Their production rate is higher as flexible production provides tools to recognize and react quickly to the deviations in the production plan. The advanced machine is used where will increase the production and it rarely faces shortage. Other than that, it reduces waste. It may reduce waste due to the planning and programming precision. This will determine the resources needed and how to achieve them, so there is rarely waste when developing the products. So, flexible production also has its own disadvantage. One of them is limited ability to adapt to changes in the products. Flexible production has limited capacity, machines and necessary tooling for the products. It also needs a high-level planning and environment than other productions, which make it quite hard to adapt to changes in the products. Secondly, demands high initial expenses. Flexible production demands a high initial of expenses. Hence, only huge capital business can afford and implement this production. Smaller businesses cannot afford such large initial expenses. Therefore, they will seek the alternate production. Wait a minute.
Next, I will explain to you about the evolution for each production. First, we go to the evolution of traditional production. Social expectation. Social responsibility has altered the way businesses manufacture their goods. Businesses may address community concerns while still providing the attractive item using recycled materials and environmental favorable components. New environmental and conservation concerns has compelled even small firms to reconsider their manufacturing practices. Companies must be honest about their methods, while yet protecting trade secrets when producing items. Next, generic part solution. The traditional manufacturing methods entail the use of costly assembly line items. Therefore, the availability of generic components help small firms to repair their equipment sooner and perhaps at less expense. Generally, a replacement item contains updated characteristics that serve to improve manufacturing process. Third evolution is live production update. Time to market is a time metric used to describe a production timeline. It was difficult to keep all stakeholders informed about timetable changes in a typical production approach. However, in today's manufacturing environment, time to market information may be updated with the click of a mouse or phone briefing. Next, hierarchy change. Production has changed as a result of changes in business hierarchy. Floor supervisor and line operators make more decisions than it has ever been about how and when to make production adjustment. In addition, corporate structures are increasingly built around the manufacturing process, which aids in meeting client demands. Patrick, 2017. Next is evolution of flexible production. Jerome H. Helmerson, creator of the nation of flexible manufacturing. His original concept was a robot-based system capable of welding, riveting, conveying, and inspecting produced items. A flexible manufacturing process may consist of a network of network processing workstations with computer terminals that handle the end-to-the-end development of a product. Hayes 2021. For example, for each production, I should call UZMA again. UZMA!
I'm coming! Oh, hi again! So, for the example of traditional production and flexible production is paddy harvesting. For traditional production in paddy harvesting, the farmers will use their manpower instead of machines. It requires a lot of human energy and the process is so slow. For the flexible production, the farmer will use harvester machine to harvest the paddy in short time. Sometimes, they also use the traditional way to avoid waste. We also can see the example as the revolution from traditional to flexible or modern production. So, I will pass to UMMI to explain the conclusion of the topic. Wait, okay?
Hello again. So, the conclusion in the study, it can be said that both traditional and flexible production have some distinctive characteristics. Although traditional production methods have been successful for a long time, the complexity and high requirements of the recent productions are encouraging people towards better innovations. In this regard, with flexible productions, efficient results are obtained despite the high investment cost, as in the long term it is seen that provided at cost and time.
Thank you. Have a nice day.